We are live. Hello everybody. I hope you can all hear and that everything's going okay. There's French toast and sunlight in the chat. Hello. How are we all doing today? I'm just going to have a slurp on my slightly alcoholic, refreshing fizzy beverage. So, back to Prehistoric Kingdom. I hope I'm assuming the sound of the game is coming through okay. If it's not, you'll have to let me know. And I've got the latency down to as low as humanly possible on the chat, so doing slight, minorly, majorly excited for tomorrow. Why is that, French toast? What's got you excited for tomorrow? God, that is a gopping t-shirt. Oh, Oculus Quest 2. Nice. I was kind of hoping a few more people would join, since we're going to talk about Jurassic World Evolution 2 while I'm playing Prehistoric Kingdom. But I suppose that unlike Evo, I don't have the advantage of 50,000 subscribers. But we'll do what we can. And Fallout's in the chat as well. Hello Fallout. Hello Guillermo. Second time I'm trying to pronounce your name, Guillermo, since you share your name with the person who discovered Amargasaurus, and I still couldn't pronounce it for him either. Yes. But we're back to Prehistoric Kingdom, and this is what I've been sort of doing bits and bobs as we go. Certainly nothing on Evo style, but this was the major building that took most of the time with the Microraptors inside. And we have one bridge going along here to the genetics lab. We have our nifty little river exhibit, which kind of needs to be finished. I kind of think some chairs or something down here will be nice. Laying there. Can I paint you like a Frenchman, Styracosaurus? No? Okay. And last thing I did was this cafe with attached bird cage. So I think I want to make something while we're talking about Jurassic World Evolution 2 as well. Hello, Herman. Not too late. And this is Prehistoric Kingdom. Yes, this is obviously the very, very, very alpha version. So it's a bit janky, not 100% smooth, but we'll stick to it. French Toast really likes the cafe. Yeah, it's surprising how difficult that was, because the Microraptor habitat only barely fits inside that cage. I had to expand it slightly just to fit, but it's a nice touch. So,
like the British Empire.
What? Now, what I think I'm gonna do is I want to make probably the T-Rex habitat, probably sort of over here somewhere. So while we're going to do that, we're also going to talk about Jurassic World Evolution 2, and just hang out and chat, really. If anyone has any ideas for what they think the what the T-Rex enclosure should be like, do let me know, and I will consider some. Enable snapping angles. There we go. Haven't played this in a while. So yeah, if anyone has any ideas for the T-Rex enclosure, give me a shout. That's weird, isn't it? Bizarre. I quite like the idea of this being some sort of lake going around the edge, so we'll work on that. Make it like San Diego or something. That's going to be a heck of a lot of work. It would look nice for sure, but I'm nowhere near at making parks look like San Diego level yet. Calm water, and we want it quite shallow. The T-Rex enclosure. There's a...
So, filthy, disappointing, and upsetting?
Filthy, disappointing, upsetting. Now. I'm having to remember how to actually do this. I forgot how you do the water. It must not have been calm water I'm using here. Is this rough water? Ah, it's the rough water. That's why. There we go. Just Planet Coaster at a pathing tool like that. Yeah, if it's one thing about Planet Coaster I distinctly remember, it's that the pathing system was not particularly intuitive. Why are you not disappearing? Hmm. Just got two random islands there that I'm not disappearing. Oh, that was too much water. That was too much water. Bless you. That was the significant other in the background, practically blasting his head off.
That was building up for like 5 minutes.
Do try to be careful doing that. You'll give people in the chat a heart attack. Level. I need to level this now. Back again. There we go.
My favorite part about that is nobody in chat reacted to it.
Probably because everyone in chat is a little bit behind.
Nope, they just thought it was dog bark.
Oh, they thought it was a dog. Crikey. No, that's Dane blasting his head off.
I sneeze loud.
Herman says that was the loudest sneeze I have ever heard. Don't kill my ears like that, Dane. How do you think I feel? I have to live with that every day.
Be glad I wasn't screaming.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, be glad he wasn't on the end of the microphone. Otherwise, you'd all be deaf. Right, why are these two...
Sometimes it's hard to identify.
I'm still trying to figure out why these two are not disappearing. There we go. Right, let's put in some sand, or substrate as it's called. That's not the same sand, is it? No, it is not.
Good substrate.
Is that the same sand? Yes, that is the same sand. There we go. Right, so while I am busy doing this, let's start the Jurassic World 2 conversation off, shall we? Beady Thrower says, was that a sneeze? Yes, that was a sneeze indeed. Is Dane officially a 40-year-old dad? Sometimes he certainly acts like it, yes. But I'm a 30-year-old, so who knows? Right, so let's start off the Jurassic World Evolution 2 chat, otherwise people will accuse me of clickbaiting. So, who has seen the video I put up earlier on today about my thoughts of the pre-order, not pre-order trailer, but the gameplay footage that we've had? It's not a problem if you haven't, just curious. You have something other than that? I want something like, mud. That's sand. Pebbles? No, I want mud. Mud. Not yet, still waking up here, says Nerdy Guy. Dino Army hasn't. Beady Thrower has, at least. Thank God someone has. Okay, well, I'm glad that
Keep a better eye out.
some people, some people have watched it. So on the whole, I was really quite surprised just how good the game looks at this stage. Like compared to Jurassic World Evolution 2, there's quite a big difference. Jurassic World Evolution 1, sorry, there's quite a big difference. By the way, I know what I'm doing here seems to be counterintuitive, but I have a plan, don't worry. It's graphically, it looks really nice, but I would kind of expect that. That being said, that taiga environment with the backdrop of the Canadian mountains looks really good. And did anyone spot the Brachiosaurus in the bottom corner as they panned the camera in at the start of the? At the start, there was a Brachiosaurus just hiding in the undergrowth at the very beginning. A wild Brachiosaurus in the plains of Canada, which is nice. So we've seen the desert biome and we've seen the taiga biome in Canada, and we know that there's a temperate biome coming. So what do people think is the? Because apparently there's going to be 4. I think is the prevailing rumor. What do people think is going to be the 4th biome that we're going to have? Cutest thing. Those barriers next to the path, are they individual bits of theming or actual part of the pathing? You mean these wall segments down here? These are wall sections. So these are the standard wall sections that I've put in next to the path. That's why down here, for example, it doesn't quite match up properly. Same as I think there's a few rough edges here and there. I really like that planter, by the way. It's a really nice planter.
I'll buy you one for your birthday.
I just noticed a T-Rex. Oh yes, the T-Rex cafe. Yes, pretty good. Pretty good. Maybe like a Black Beach Dino Starbucks. Yeah. So I think the other sort of biome that would be really cool to see would be like the Florida Everglades, because we know that the game is going to basically be always in the USA, and I think the Florida Everglades is kind of would be a pretty expected, I suppose, with terrain to biome to have in the game. I can imagine it being gloriously swampy and what colour stones here? Let's stick with that actually. So I kind of want some backing this. Now, where's the biggest, tallest one? That one. Right. Rotation angle. Now, this is the bit that takes time on this game, is the editing of direction and size and everything, just to get it in the correct place.
I was gonna say, you've just done that thing where you talk about something, you trail off after briefly doing something else.
Yes, sorry, I was getting distracted. Professionalism. Yes, so the Florida Everglades, I think would be quite cool. Would be quite cool. Picture of a very rocky environment would be amazing, says French Toast. Ooh, just pop that into there. Would be nice because Florida is never really used in any games. No, in fact, has anyone played a game where Florida has actually been used? I'm trying to rack my brain. There hasn't been a Grand Theft Auto Florida, has there? I hear the typing. I think Dane is looking it up as we speak.
There is 41 games that are set in Florida.
41 games that have been set in Florida. Wow, okay.
Or have a level in Florida.
Or have a level in Florida. Any that we may have heard of?
Age of Empires 3.
Age of Empires. And Assassin's Creed Black Flag and Age of Empires 3 apparently have been set in Florida.
Black Flag.
Black Flag, sorry. That would I have had alcohol, but I'm nowhere near drunk, so don't blame that. Looks good. Maybe a little bit out there. Yep, that'll work.
Yes, Herman, it is.
The
never on the list.
Oh, the crew as well, yes.
Actually, it's the most reoccurring one I see here is Forza with a Sport 2 and 5, or Tiger Woods PGA Tour 7, 14, and 24.
Oh, yeah, the golf games. Yeah, the golf games for sure. I forgot about those.
There's also Roy McIlroy PGA Tour.
So it actually turns out that there's actually quite a few games that are set in Florida. Probably none. I think Jurassic World Evolution 2 would be like definitely the best. I think.
Oh. About your question, Fletcher. Grand Theft Auto Vice City added Florida that order.
Oh, and okay. Apparently there was a GTA Florida.
It's Call of Duty Ghosts as well.
Call of Duty Ghosts. Ugh. Of course there'd be a Call of Duty level, wouldn't there? Not that I have anything against it. Much. There you go. I just lose all the subscribers that we spent ages gaining because I don't like Call of Duty. I joke.
You slurred your word again.
Right, let's get this moved over here. There you go. That's looking good so far. Sticking through there a little bit, but that's hidden behind trees, so it's fine. Oh god. Oh god. No. Reset that. Oh, that's so helpful as well, the reset object button. This is one of the quality of life improvements that really should be in Jurassic World Evolution 2, is that sort of Control-Z sort of function that this game has. Just so you can easily correct mistakes. There we go, that's okay. So what other ideas, what other biomes? Let's go with a sort of, let's not restrict it to America. Let's say that they do a DLC based on going to a new biome. What sort of biomes would people want to see? If they could go anywhere in the world. African savanna. It's a bit predictable, Dino Army. There again, watching a T-Rex fight an elephant would be quite fun. God, I just sounded exactly like the people who probably made Jurassic World there. Oh dear. So... that needs to be a little further backwards, I think. The African savanna, any others? I mean, there's a whole world of possibilities.
Just make a pun.
Didn't mean to. Asia. Glacial ice sheet says no. Oh, glacial ice sheet could be fun. Maybe introduce some Antarctic dinosaurs to the current list of what just happened there. Why has that one disappeared? I did all that work and it just disappeared. Yeah, introduce some of the Antarctic animals to the creature list. That would be quite fun. Especially if one or two of them had feathers, you know. Why not? Right. Okay. There we go. That's better.
You already got production stuff, that's already down. Biome being discussed.
Has a desert biome been discussed? No, desert biome could also be hot springs, as French, like volcanic hot springs in like what's the name of that place? Iceland.
Are you sure you never read it?
I couldn't. Iceland has.
I'm joking, I'm joking.
So that mangrove tree is so small. I thought there was a bigger mangrove tree than that. Swampy beach.
There was hot spring. I think I'll steal your volcanic power.
Oh, I don't know. We kind of assume they're still using geothermal power, but this is after all Frontier, and they do like to change canon and such. I like that. Iceland is gorgeous. That would be an awesome location, says Nerd Guy Productions. Maybe we could be restricted to a beach, like a proper beach. That would be quite cool. I want this one to be like really big. There we go. Yes, that's nice. No. Let's have another one of these over here. Yeah, a beach could be really cool. Hello, Salino. How are you? I think I pronounced your name wrong. I do apologize. We need to put in the wall actually. Just realised that we should probably put the wall in. Otherwise, we're going to have guests stumbling off into the water, and then they're going to end up drowning, and then there's going to be lots of paperwork, and yeah, we.
Is this go with me for not where I'm going?
No. There you go. This might sound weird, but I actually like the new helicopter redesign. Says something. Yeah, it's nicer than the big chopper. A resized tool for trees. Yeah, the trees can be of any size or shape you like. And Herman, what I'm going to do is I'm sort of constructing this decorative area around the edge here, and then we're going to construct a T-Rex enclosure. Probably, I'm not sure actually. Probably on this lake here, on the edge of this lake. But I kind of want someone to give me an idea. I'm thinking if we raise the path up and have it like a raised hill around the edge, and then do some sort of fancy building work or something or other. We'll see. We'll see what we come up with.
It's killing me.
I know. And the fact that those pillars are uneven is going to annoy other people as well, which is delightful. What other these trees I thought would be a lot bigger. Right. Let's increase the scale of this one again. Actually, we can keep that one there, and we'll have another supersized one sort of there. Have one there. Have one sort of low in the water there. Quite like the idea of having one just at this end here. There we go. What other trees are here? Let's have a... We need to put a few rock formations in. No more real questions, people. I started the productions about 5 years ago and I'm a nerd because I like Harry Potter and offhand science facts far too much. Well, if you like offhand science facts, you should check out my Beyond the Park series, which is basically a series going into the real-life scientific theories and discoveries and such about dinosaur species in the Jurassic World Evolution games. And there's plenty of nerding science to be had for everyone. Let's twist that a little bit. See, once you get a hang of the actual terrain tools, it's not difficult to create something that looks kind of quite decent. It's just the time it takes to do that, really. Just a bit of a rock ledge there. I feel like we can have something similar sort of here as well. Bum 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 bum. Let's have some of those actually. There we go. Little rocky bits. Margasaurus is the ultimate Amarga dinosaur, says French Toast. It certainly is. That's one big pile of rocks, says Niall. And Fletcher, do you watch Beaver's Jurassic World Evolution 2 gameplay? And in that case, what did you think of the content shown? I did watch some of it. I'm trying not to watch too much of other YouTubers' gameplays, mostly because I can't really talk about it. Like, as much as they could be showing off some really cool stuff, I can't talk about it on my YouTube because, well, copyright and stuff. So, I can only ever mention it tangentially. So, while I have watched their stuff, I'm kind of trying not to watch too much of it, so that I can have more things to talk about myself. That being said, watching That poor old plesiosaurus get nommed. Oh, that was horrible. I feel so sorry for that thing. Just nommed straight away. Complete total nommage. I was most upset for the poor thing. I find the whack animations hilarious. Yeah, some of the animations are a bit iffy, let's say. I'm hoping they'll be fixed in, you know, fixed ready for release. I can't imagine they'll still be that bizarre on release day. However, I have been known to be wrong before about Frontier. Let's have... Ooh. We need some bushes. Just some shrubbery. Everyone likes a good shrub. There you go. I think we got some horsetails around here somewhere, isn't there? There they are. Good. That looks nice. This game just looks so nice and sarcastically inside. It is. It is very nice. Dynamic Goat. I'm about to duke the Kano out so badly that his ankles will break. Blimey. And I do agree with you, French Toast. I hope we get another aquatic that's quite large, because I don't want just the mosasaur either. Because even the biggest species of mosasaur wasn't massive. It's only oversized because, you know, Colin Trevorrow doesn't do science. Someone needs to teach him that you can't just take a dinosaur and oversize it just for the TV. Not that the mosasaur is a dinosaur. Oh god. There you go. There you go. Fletcher's capacity as a dinosaur expert gone in a second because I called a mosasaurus a dinosaur. Blast. It's better than nothing, isn't it? It just takes the edge away a little bit. Let's do the same under here as well. Let's just put in a few. A few patches and a few other trees of some description. Don't mind the sound in the background. That is just my, I think it's my Edmontosaurus at the river being loud. Oh, we gotta have some lilies. We need to have some lilies. Or maybe giant Amazonians. Oh, we'll have some giant Amazonians, actually. Because they look pretty nice. And then we'll have some normal lilies over here. Somewhere. Maybe over here. Look a bit weird over there, don't it? Maybe just amongst these guys, actually, just to break them up a bit. Yeah, looks good. Happy with that? Not bad. And we're only half an hour in. This is Prehistoric Kingdom YT Darkness, and hello, welcome to the stream. So yes, since we're asking the question, so I think a lot of us are kind of wishing for Liopleurodon to be in the game. What other aquatic animals or from prehistory would people want to see? Maybe in a future DLC or in the base game. I have a feeling that I'm going to get an enormous stream of megalodons. Tylosaurus as a smaller species of mosasaur. Could be one. Terrain. That's better. I want to see Platycarpus or Ophthalmosaurus, says Guillermo. I don't really know enough to pick one. I think Dunkleosteus would be quite cool. What is going on with the path? No, it's because it's not. Yeah, there's quite a few rough edges. There's a lump there, that's why. Leveling this terrain is almost as bad as trying to level the terrain in Breastwell Evolution. Right, we do want a snapping angle here because we want to. So I think it would be quite cool if we had some sort of square of some description. Let's go for a length of 20 meter snaps. And we got 8,000, 16, 12,000 snap. So snap that 12,000. And snap that 12,000. Auto saved. There we go. We have some sort of plaza here. As the entrance to our T-Rex exhibit, or yeah, actually, why not? Let's make this the entrance to the T-Rex exhibit, like literally this path. What other prehistoric animals have people said? No, there is no cult. Right, actually there is. There is a live on cult. At the moment it's just for a select few, but eventually it will become, I'm hoping, a Discord for Tricore Gaming. Once we get a few more subscribers. I think we want to hit somewhere in the region of about 500 before we start thinking about a Discord. So, you know, make, every little helps if people can get us more subscribers. Anyway, let's put in, so that's the retaining wall. Ooh. I kind of know where it's got to go. That's about there. Okay, and what we'll do is we'll build some sort of grand sign here. I think we could do with a large rock or some description, and we'll give this one get rid of that rotation angle snapping, because it's just going to make it easier to. That'll do. How high do we want the sign to be? Should we do, how tall is that rock? Actually, we could put some sort of, I reckon we could put a rocky top to that. Will you please? God, I've never heard anyone sneeze as loud as you, ever, in my life. We should attach you to some sort of generator and you could fuel the country. What someone said.
How is that not a dog?
How is that not a dog? Yeah. Well, I don't know. If I start getting complaints from next door, I'll know who to direct them to.
To be fair, I'm surprised that we actually haven't got reported for having a pet yet.
Right, so we need some sort of sign to go up here. So, what sort of texture fits a T-Rex? Maybe black steel or black concrete? Yeah, I like this. I like this. So what we want is something that will stretch over the width of the path there. That might be a bit big. We want to thin it down a bit, like something like that. I just love how everyone just walks through it. It's just walk through it. Why don't you? Let's go with 5. There we go. And then what we'll do is we'll move all these over and up. Yeah, that's I think that works okay. Maybe have it a little lower down. And a little back. No, actually, maybe that was too far back. That'll do. And then what we'll do is we'll put some signage up there. Can you make your dog bark? Not so loudly, please. Yes. If territories work how I think they will, then a nature reserve is still possible, as maybe the herbivores will stay away from the carnivore territories unless they're tired and they're less on edge. Hopefully, but I'm not 100% sure on that. We haven't seen... I think it's one of the problems with this new territory system is that they haven't really shown it operating here with like combinations of different animals, so it's tricky to know for certain how it's going to operate. Right, this thing is a... kind of want it on the back, so it looks like it's a... There you go. Can we make that longer? We can. I want to make it a little bit lower though. And then we want to put something over the top there. Maybe like a solid concrete pier. Yeah, actually, let's put a concrete pier on the top. Bum 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 bum. I have to say the building system in JWE2 looks absolutely amazing. I can't wait to start creating themed areas using the color patterning and stuff. I think I'm probably more excited for that than I am anything else. I don't care about the dinosaurs, just give me my color patterning. I want to have my black and green colorations all over my buildings. Oh, and have eerie black and red lighting everywhere to make the carnivores stand out. That's what I want. So yes, the new from what we saw of it, what were people's favorite pieces of the... So I know there's like a Jurassic World style and a Jurassic Park style, and there's like a thatch style. What were people's favorite styles, as it were? Everything, says Lars. Well, it is pretty impressive. I can see why you'd say everything. Looking forward to the buildings. I get frustrated with Planet Zoo building. Yeah, see, this is the same sort of style of building, isn't it? And it's not terrible, but it takes so long to get anywhere. Like Jurassic World Evolution 2, you can at least work on something for an hour or two, and you'll actually get somewhere with it. Unlike sort of Planet Zoo and Prehistoric Kingdom, where you can spend an hour designing, say, one river. Nice looking river though, yes. I'm not sure I have the patience for epic long builds. Yeah, see that's why I've barely played Prehistoric Kingdom. I don't really have the patience for it. Or rather it's having the creativity to come up with something. Yeah, angle the sign slightly forwards so that it stands out. I think we could even angle it a tad more. Nice. So this is the entrance to the Rex area. We'll obviously have guest buildings here. I was part of the 11% that voted for Geosternbergia as French toast. Yeah, the Geosternbergia, it looks better than the Pteranodon does. That is for sure. I bet you could make a more accurate Jurassic world in this game than you can in Jurassic World Evolution or Evolution 2, for sure, definitely. You want to lose a year of your life? Oh, I think a year is being I think a year is not is a optimistic estimation of how long it would take. So the lake is just basically going to be over here, and then this is the. Right, let's figure out what we want to do. Size quite big, depth a meter. No, that's way too shallow actually. See, I don't like this feature where the water doesn't. The water is kind of distinctive in terms of depths, so you can't have. See, why has it done that now? Ah. Right, that's better. So the lake just sort of carries on around the edge. There. And I think one end of this lake will be where the Rexies will be. Like that. And we'll have some slightly deeper water in the center. That may have been a bit much. Can we smooth out that terrain ever so slightly so it doesn't look so weird? Yes, we can. There you go, that's better. Not being able to drag that icon across the water depth graphic would annoy the... Yeah, it annoys me as well. You're making an ocean at this point. No, the ocean is over there. Right, so we need some tree. We're just gonna put in some trees. Need some nice deciduous trees, so we're gonna select that one and that one and that one, and just tree in. I'll rack up the density. Oh, I think we need some bushes as well. they haven't gone through there? Oh, not too much. That's fine. We'll tree in the. We've treed in the edge of the lake. That's fine. I don't mind a bit of short cutting. Why was Herman deafened? Herman, are you being bad again? Tut tut. Your pond looks deep. So sarcastic it does.
Keep the mod chat stuff to the mods.
Okay. I wasn't even aware you were moderating, to be honest. Don't mind what's going on behind the scenes, folks. Right, raise this. So yeah, I like the idea of having a sort of raised edge around this T-Rex enclosure, if we can manage it somehow. How tall is that? That seems like it's at an acceptable height. How tall would that be? Oh, crumbs, that's huge. Hmm. That was, larger than expected, shall we say. It's a little wider so we can actually build on here. It's very difficult to appreciate size and scale in this game. When I was building the great centerpiece building over there, I used measurements based on jumbo jets. This central building is the length of a jumbo jet, which sort of puts the scale in perspective. Right, so there we've got our great ring around the edge. And we've got this tiny little entrance here. Oh well, we'll go with it. So obviously for Rexy, we're going to want some proper fencing. I think we'll leave this bit at the end here for maybe a modern glass fence. I think a glass fence is perhaps not entirely realistic. I quite like the idea actually that they don't get to see the T-Rex until they're up here, so for now we will put a fence down here, but we probably won't actually be using it. We can always delete bits of fence if we choose to, but I just want to get sort of a scope for how big of an area this is going to be. It seems to be quite large. How do you make Planet Zoo in 2 years, but also make Jurassic World Evolution in 2 years? That is the question. But I suspect it's possibly because Universal held onto the reins too much. And as a result, we ended up with Jurassic World Evolution 1. This is the temporary fence. This is going to be our T-Rex enclosure. It's huge. Am I the only one lagging? You are the only one lagging at this point, French Toast. Sorry. I've not watched a lot of Prehistoric Kingdom. I think it's because... Is this version of Prehistoric Kingdom particularly buggy, or is it remarkably bug-free? It's remarkably bug-free, actually, but that's on the acceptance that actually there isn't very many systems currently installed in-game. Like, dinosaurs don't eat. Dinosaurs... the guests don't... There aren't any guest requirements active, or anything like that. So there's not very much for bugs to show up. It's like there's not very much going on in the game. You alright there, Lambios? Let's see, even they clip through each other. Dinosaurs just clip through each other. That's just how they lived, obviously. Let's get our T-Rex in, and then we can design the enclosures. Not buffering, but it's... Ankylosaurus in Jurassic World Evolution only needs a bowl of soup to live in a habitat the size of itself. So, which T-Rex shall we have? Shall we have the, we'll have male? No, yeah, we'll have, male. A couple of males. So we've got the Leatherhide, the Molten, the Brumal, or the Tarbosaurus. What do people think? I really like that. Donk, donk, donk. Chunky. I'm going to have, while you guys are deciding which color scheme we'll have, I'm going to have another slurp of my slightly alcoholic fizzy beverage. Tarbosaurus is bay, says Niall. The feathery one says sarcastically inspired. I'm sick and sleepy right now. I'll quit a day and go to... Oh, well, Herman, I hope you feel better tomorrow. The first male is almost the bull T-Rex. That is true, it is almost. We'll go with him then. And... how do I... Oh, make 1, make 2, make 3. We'll make 3. How big the environment is. There they are. Be nice. We'll do the rest of your enclosure in a minute. Promise. They've got a very big habitat to themselves, don't they? So big, in actual fact, that a couple of them disappear entirely from the LODs. Look at that. They disappear entirely if you zoom out too much. What are you two doing? You two No fighting. Right, so I want their enclosure to be really quite special. We need to figure out what we're going to have up on this side to I want like a sort of flat, almost cliff edge to this. Went a bit far there. That's fine. There we go. In Jurassic World Evolution 2, can your mosasaur drown in its fishbowl? Who knows? We were all wondering what happens if a mosasaur gets stressed with its environment. Because it can't exactly escape, can it? I don't see it like jumping out of the water and flopping about like a fish on the side of the lagoon there. I have a feeling it will probably just try to break the viewing areas. Is that smooth enough for people to go up? I don't think so. It needs to be a lot smoother than that. That's still a little steep, isn't it? Very steep. Obviously, nothing is going to be perfect. I mean, the whole game is still in beta, so... My attempts are going to be somewhat rough around the edges, I think. Let's just get rid of that length snap. You know, that length snapping was not helping me either. So this is the other thing about this game, like you have to remember, oh, have I got snapping turned on, and then if you're happy, oh, I need to get rid of that, otherwise it's going to spoil things. Right. It's quite a walk up there. But at least my guests will be healthy and ready to run away when the T-Rex do eventually escape. Hill climbing people. I think in zoos and theme parks, the official highest incline for pass is 20 degrees. I think that's more than 20 degrees, if I'm honest. I think that's probably closer to about 30. But we'll have to go with it. There's nothing much we can do. Right, what I want to do is try to create some sort of castle. So we've got these really cool cylindrical bits here. Now, how big can I make these? That is as large as they can be. That's a bit disappointing. I'm not sure what else we could... Oh, I know what else we could do. Right, okay, instead of those. Aha! We need to probably line this up on the grid. Let's see. That looks kind of okay, I think. Right, what we want to do now is make these bigger. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. How big is that? That's what I wanted. Something like that. Give them a sort of a castle like affair. I had to mute the stream, so did you respond to my last comment? Sorry, French Toast, which is your other? Oh, I think for some reason they don't want you to use the rocks as fences in Jurassic World Evolution 2, so they kept the hitboxes. Quite possibly. Oh, big pillars! Yes, indeed. Indeed, right. Oh, I will just want to duplicate one of these so we can have a couple of these around, marking the. Actually, it's probably a better idea to finish making one and then. I'm happy with that being the color. We need a roof, really. Now, I have seen some very cool uses of. Where is... I thought there was, bedding, there we are, right. Can we... How big can the bedding be made? Dane, you're singing.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so this can actually be made as big as needed for the pillar. But thatched roofs kind of have a prominence in the middle, don't they? So how do we make that? I think we might have to literally make the prominence. Oh, of course, but then we can't see where the center is of this prominence is. I'm going to guess that's the center. It looks like the center. It's nowhere near the center, is it? Oh god. That looks... It's off slightly. No. That looks roughly, I reckon, in the center. If Universal was more open, Jurassic World Evolution would have been huger than before and we would have got more money. Quite possibly. Hello, Austin. Welcome to the stream. And I think it started at 7 and it's only 8 o'clock, so I think we'll go for another hour or so. We'll see how it goes. Actually, no. What we'll do is we'll make the surround first here. God, the T-Rex are loud, aren't they? I'm surprised we haven't had the T-Rex species guide yet for Jurassic World Evolution 2, since we know the T-Rex is coming. You know, we've seen it. It's not like they're hiding it. I do wonder if we're going to have some proper Lost World skins for it. That's kind of another thing I'm waiting for before I pre-order, is to see how this Chaos mode is going to actually function. Oh god. Duplicate. Rotate. By 20 degrees. What did Dino Army say? Yeah, about another hour or so. Bless me. Now, I thought you could rotate these. I've seen people do it. They just rotate them around the middle point, and it's like, what? How have you done that? Oh god. Ah, this is proving tricky. Duplicate. That's 10 degrees. Oh no. Needs to be more than that. Still needs to be more than that. Okay, I'm making a complete hash of this, aren't I? Let's start again. Now we also need to figure out how, look how many guests, this is the other problem that this version of the game has. Look how many guests end up being spawned. There's just no limit to them all. There's so many guests. Right. I think what's happened is I've completely messed it up from the start. I need to get used to this building on a grid system. Again, if you haven't played games like Planet Zoo or anything, it's very tricky. Right. So there's the pillars. Now what we want to do is we want to put that the central wood. See, why does it do that? Why do we not get? Why does it do that? Like I can literally put that in the center there, but that's really bizarre. I can't. Well, that was roughly in the center. Ugh. I look at people like Paulsley and stuff that make this sort of thing in Planet Zoo, and I'm like, how? I can barely make a turret with some thatch on the top. Fletcher, maybe you can put an object in the middle of the wood stuff and spin it around that point. That's what I was trying to do, but I'm not quite sure how you actually achieved that. So all I want to do is create the roof. Oh, blast. Snap the angles. There we go. So, let's have something else to discuss Jurassic World Evolution 2 styly. What do people think has been the most disappointing? So, I know it's ironic, but what are people most disappointed about so far? Like, what's the one thing that people think should be, or you know, the most disappointing feature is the water. Yeah, I can understand that. The fact that we don't have a water system like this game. Although I think that's primarily a limitation of oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Why are they going? That right, that right there is everything that's wrong with this style of game. All I wanted was it to create a rotate. Oh dear. Just no. All the no's.
You open the C-scan?
No, please don't.
That was it. My comedy is wasted on you.
Obviously, comedy. I wasn't aware you were capable. Right.
You realize I can hear you twice, right?
I'm being playful.
Uh-huh. My foot's also playful.
Right. Now, can we rotate this now as one centerpiece, and it'd be accurate? Yes, but then it moves out of the middle. So how do people like Paulsley and that do this rotating thing that I've seen them do? I'm gonna have to. Do they group? I think. Do they group them? Hang on. Do they take that and then? Oh, I see. I think they group them as they are and then. Okay. Well, for the time being, we'll stick to. We'll just have to move it manually. God, they're still going. They're still moving down, aren't they? Oh, difficult can it be? What? Why is it? How has that happened? Oh my God. Seriously, what the what the frick? What's that keep object rotation tick box? Ah, sarcastically inspired. I think you may have just figured it out. I think if I do that and then remove the object rotation and then duplicate and then twist. Oh no though, because that's still... It's not twisting it, it's not rotating it around one axis, which is all I want it to do. I think I actually need to split them from the group. But it won't let me. Oh God. Ah. So in that case, let's just what's going on here? Right. This is awfully more difficult than I initially anticipated. All I wanted to do was to make a castle. How hard can it be to quote-ocket? And now this piece of wood has lost all of its angling. Okay, ambitious but rubbish springs to mind. Look at that. That's awful. It's truly terrible. Oh God. So what does that tick box even do? It's so that like if you're wanting to put down trees, lots of trees, if you untick that, you can. If you tick it, they'll all be the same rotation. Does anyone else love it when you buy a game for $50 but there is no tutorial and you're so confused? Yes. Many a game have had no tutorial or really awful tutorials. The best ones are the games where they have a tutorial, but the tutorial leaves out major features. And so you'll be halfway through the game and then it'll be like, you need to holster your weapon. And it's like, what? I didn't even realize I could holster my weapon. What's the button to holster my weapon? I'm not going to tell you that. which was a real life incident of mine. I can't remember what game it was nowadays. I think it was one of the early Call of Duties or something, and there was a you must holster your weapon while you're sneaking around this secret German facility. And I was like, what? There's a holster weapon bit? How is... Where? Okay, we're getting there. Slowly but surely, in the most inefficient manner possible. But we are actually starting to get there. Obviously, once you've got one built, it's not difficult to make another one, he says. Famous last words. That's sort of what we're wanting. Maybe. Okay, for ease of time, let's just have it. Let's just have it as that. Otherwise we will be here forever. Right, bedding. Right, what we want is a we want to put it, maybe have the smaller one, so it'll be easier to use. And we want it quite long and quite thick and plump, like a Sinoceratops. Thick and plumpy. There you go, that's kind of what I wanted. Again, it's not. More rotation is needed. Oops. I accidentally double clicked and put one down. Oh well. They'll stay there. It's not going to be perfect. This is not an Evo style 80-hour long I've created this amazing park business. This is a amateur playing this game. And can't you tell I'm an amateur? Good God, that's really awful, isn't it? It is not good. This is just completely wrong. Cough, foxhole cough. Yeah, Dino Army Foxhole did not win me over, I'm afraid. You're building a pillbox for the defense of the T-Rex. So basically, it takes 40 minutes to build a thatched shack. Yeah, and not even a very good thatched shack, if we're brutally honest. There's just no mirroring. I'm not missing it, am I? There's just not a mirror button. That's all I needed. It was a mirror button. But I can't. Well, I can't see one anywhere. So. Okay, but that's sort of what I wanted. Now we just need to scale it substantially larger. Actually, I don't think that looks too bad. We'll just, just drag it over here slightly. That's not terrible. Please, nobody show Evo. It's awful. Oh God. Right. It's definitely harder to build things in this game than it is in, say, Jurassic World Evolution. You really need that, do you? Oh god. Right, align to surface. Maybe that's why it's going badly wrong. Why are you... It's not straight, it's not level, is it? It's because of the rotation that I've got going on there. We'll just stick the... We'll just focus on this little area for the rest of the stream, shall we? It's very... It's a shack. Yes, it is. It is a shack. I feel like someone showing their friend a game and watching how bad they are. Yeah. It's not... It's not brilliant, is it? Like I said, nobody show Evo. I will lose my Battle of the Builders badge. I swear. This is the other thing that I can't figure out how to use, is the curve tool. I don't know how it works. Because it always makes you make a straight bit. Yeah, it's not. There we go. Again, the wonkiness of the terrain is showing off there. Good lord. This has been like the first stream I've done in ages, and it's not gone quite according to plan, has it? Trust me to get a new job just when loads of Jurassic World Evolution 2 stuff comes up. It's just like, heaven's sake, couldn't you have just done that a little earlier? See, why is it curved there? Why have I got to... Yeah, you have to do the curving progressively. You can't just turn curve on. There we go. I feel like these should be like holding up something. If we can even achieve that. I know there's stairs in here somewhere. Next placement mode. Oh, look, enable elevated supports. That's interesting. There's stairs in here somewhere. Ah, stairs, 2 meters. Rotation angle. There we go. Stairs. And let's have them in glass. Let's have some nice wooden stairs. Make them quite long. Can we make them... Can we make them... Let's make them shallow. I want to make them... Ah, there we go. That's better. No. Yes, like that. And then we will have a platform up here. rotate again. Literally everyone needs to show Evo. Remember when I said big pillars? Well, at least it's 10,000% better than I could do, sarcastically inspired. Says, oh, don't be silly, I bet you could do better. What's really yanking my chain right now is that the down trees on the edge of the map in JWE, they just won't be cleared. No, the JWE trees can be quite frustrating. Although, I think for me, the most annoying thing about the trees was the hitboxes for the decoration trees. Just, you couldn't... It was such a Bethesda thing to do. Like, it reminds me of all the trouble we had with Fallout 76 when, you know, oh well, Fallout 76's launch was terrible, but don't worry, it's okay. If you want to, if you want to refund, it's okay. And then a day later, it's like, no, we're not going to allow you to do refunds anymore. And then they got sued, and then it was like, oh well, if you bought the Power Armor edition, your helmet got full of mold, or then it was the people giving your data being leaked by their system, and then it was just a litany of what I think what Yahtzee calls a cock-up cascade, where just one thing goes wrong, and then from then on in, everything goes wrong. And it was a bit like that with the trees and decorations in Jurassic World Evolution 1. It's like, we're going to allow you to put trees and rocks down. That's good. But then you're not going to be able to put them near each other. So they're going to look really weird because it's just a single tree stuck in the middle of nowhere. Like, for every good thing they did with Jurassic World Evolution 1, it seemed like it was always half-assed. Which doesn't seem to be what the case with Jurassic World Evolution 2. They seem to be actually correcting the issues and actually spending their time making a decent product. Which is good, considering they're asking pre-orders for it. I can't stand pre-order culture. I hate the idea that pre-orders exist. And I hate the idea that I will probably have to pre-order, or at least I will pre-order in order to get the stuff, because if I'm going to want to play it on the channel, I need to have the game, sort of in its best full metal Fury version. But it just frustrates me. I'm old enough to remember when pre-order culture didn't really exist and stuff like that. Seems like a long time ago now. Well, that's because it is a long time ago. Right. We need some metal pillars. That looks straightish. Now what we want to do is make these as long as we can. And drop them down. And then what I kind of want to do is I want to angle them. I want to angle them something like that. That will do. So that would certainly do. Actually, if they stick out, no, and then if we just duplicate it. There we go. And if we chuck some rocks down here or something, give them a nice sandstone. And then we can make it look like that this has been actually hooked into the... No, the rock. It's been anchored into the stonework there. I think a lot of these a lot of the way of making stuff in these sorts of games look good is to use illusion more than actual physical building. Like, what can you get away with hiding in order to make it look semi-decent? God, we're gonna need some sort of fencing, I think. That sort of goes. No, no, the fence. The fence! There we go. How long can I make these? That's ever so slightly off, but it will do. Stick another one at the end there. There you go. No, we should probably have one at the end, shouldn't we? just, just, currently it's just like a big diving board, isn't it? For people, just drop off the edge. What was the problem? Like, I did not know how to hit. Agreed. Hey, pre-order this to get 40% of the game on Doctor Buy It normally and get half a game. Yeah. I only played 76 once and was thoroughly unimpressed as an okay. Have you played any of the other Fallout games? Actually, I'm curious. Because I'm a big fan of the series, but I am yet to finish Fallout 4 because it just doesn't... It can't keep me engaged enough. That's good. Let's actually... Let's actually raise those ones up. Oh yes. Let's have some need some sort of canopy or something over the top, don't we? I want it to look distinct from that over there. Quite like this glass one. Ooh, what's this? Tarpaulin. Just 3 New Vegas and 4. Never liked 4 as much as 3 and also never finished it. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I can't finish. I loved 3 and New Vegas, completed them both multiple times. But 4 just... I think it's the lackluster story above anything else. It's just the... It's just not very appealing to me. And it's so full of plot holes. I also don't particularly like what they did with the Brotherhood still, if I'm honest. I know that one of the criticisms against Fallout 3 was that they changed the Brotherhood of Steel too much and they made them too much the good guys, but in Fallout 4 they're just too much the bad guys. They're a bunch of, well, I can't use the term because then otherwise YouTube will tell me off, but that wasn't the term I was thinking of.
It's better substitution than what we're going to use.
Basically, not very nice individuals. I think xenophobic is the official term. And there's absolutely no need for it either. They're not just xenophobic, they're stupid xenophobic. And that's I feel like that's a quotation that needs to go on a hoodie if we ever do merchandise. Brotherhood is still not just xenophobic, stupidly xenophobic. Okay, so we got a bit of an awning going on here. I think that needs to be lower down and sort of stick up front a bit. Don't know how high it needs to be really. That looks good. Can we snap that angle a bit? That may have been too much, but... Oh, I like that. You can hear frogs and birds, but you only see parrots occasionally appear when you add and remove trees. Yes. Moosh Gamer, who's xenophobic? The Brotherhood of Steel from Fallout 4, Moosh. You can see my castle is not quite in this. We need to move this castle, I think. And no one's ever said that before. My castle's in the wrong place. I say castle, it's more like a... I don't know what you describe that as. A failure. I think a failure is what I'm going to call that. Right, we want another one of these. I think we'll shorten it down somewhat. It doesn't have to be too long. So we want sort of... We'll make it really thick. No. Actually, no, yeah, we'll make it really thick and then we'll just put it backwards slightly. It's not too sad. We can cover up the weirdness on the top with something. Maybe some more thatch if it will work correctly. I think that looks okay. And if we can grab those three, duplicate them, move them down, then rotate. Yes. Oh no, no. Ugh. This game is finicky. I hope they improve the controls before it comes out. Because at the moment they're a bit awkward. We'll just hide those bits in thatch as well. And then we'll move these bits out to there. That's alright, isn't it? Yes, that's coming along. Is it more of a keep? I'm not even sure I would call that a keep. It's more of a, I think it's a splat. I would that's what I would characterize it as. It is a splat. Oh my lord. Right. Let's start at the back here. Because at least this one should be relatively easy to figure out. So it's not quite level. Now that is level, according to that. Stretch it. Stretch it like a Polaroid picture. God, I remember when I was a kid that song was everywhere. Ah, no, that's good. That's good. Just like have one sort of there, and then duplicate it, and have another one sort of there. And then if we duplicate both of those and I don't think the Rexes are liking this. They keep warring. Oof. Wow, frame rate. That's another thing that the beta of this game suffers with. It's just like there's no optimization at all. I'm not surprised that the massive park that Evo built has like got no frame rate. Apparently. Okay, if we just like build, just like put a couple. Just the angle of that little. Thank you. That'll do. Sort of. These look so flat. Why do they look so flat? That's probably more of what I was after. I just didn't give them enough poofiness. You know, you get the gist. You get the gist. It's taken an hour to do this. This is the problem with this game. It's oh god. It becomes just impossible. Whereas an hour in Jurassic World Evolution, I could probably make a full park. It's just a nightmare. Right, final thing in this stream. We'll make a little we'll make a thing. What do I mean? A sign. There we go. We'll make a sign. Some sort of signage for our Rexies here. So let's go with. Actually, let's start with the ground texture. And let's do. No. No. It's way too much. Clay looks a bit strange. Just want gravel, really. Sand looks nice. That's probably as close to it as I'm gonna get. Same thing again. It's not. See, these games require you to like learn how to build everything on grids to get the maximum out of the system. And I'm just not used to doing that. Oops. Sorry, I went quiet there. I was concentrating. I forget sometimes when I'm on mic that I actually need to speak when I'm doing stuff, even when I'm concentrating. KSP gameplay in a nutshell. Try building a rocket. Oh, right, yes, try building a rocket. Well, I would say that sometimes, Dinosaur Army, your rockets are lacking rocket science. So I'm not surprised as why they fail. Slightly off center, isn't it? That's okay, I don't mind it slightly angled. I think the angling is okay. I grab this rock, make it longer, slightly thinner. Yeah, that'll work. We'd be halfway done with this sci-fi build-off and you would have built this. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that sci-fi build-off. We got quite far in just the couple of hours that we actually played. That was actually quite good fun. And I'm glad to hear someone's actually watched that particular video. It is nice to know that people are watching our content. Right, what are we gonna call this? The pie. We'll call it the pier. And we must move this up. Rotate. No, I want the blue arrow. Thank you. Just like that. Ooh. Those are big. That's the sort of tree I want. A little trick I've learned from Planet Zoo, folks, is to bury trees in the ground, so you can turn some trees into sort of bushes. There. That's looking quite good already, isn't it? Quite like the idea of us sticking like a tree in the back there. It's a bit scary, but that actually looks... Ah, the placement the likes of which Jurassic World Evolution 2 can only dream of, apparently. Yes. And hello, Euryptidon. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm hoping that perhaps, you know, alpha builds and all that jazz. And I'm hoping a lot of the things that we're dismissing because, you know, it's just an alpha will not will actually be fixed. Even going quite simple with this. Like, obviously, to get the best effect, you want to be like modifying every single one to be different to one another. But even doing it simply, you get a really nice effect quite quickly. Yeah, it doesn't take long, and it's already looking half decent. Let's have a few on the actual sign here. Not bad. 10 out of 10 entrance sign. It's not some of my greatest work, but you know, it is very quick and easy to make something look really nice. I mean, I've done far better work than that. Let's just have a look at how far we've come. Um, the river looks all right. This bridge, yeah, I'm particularly happy with this bridge. Looks really good. I think the better bridge though is over on this side. This is great. I love this bridge. The little genetics like little pond here. That's a good sign. A little bit of ivy growing out and a few dead twigs, some flower beds, little pond. That just needs some fish, and that would be perfect. And we have we have this little, just tiny little planting box there, and with these nice planters in the side again, just dashing. These ones were quite quick again, like what I did over in the other one. Just plopping stuff down, a little bit of rotation just to move them about. This one was a bit more focused. Another nice little planter. Get out of my flower box! Oh, vandals! You doing okay, Lamio? Yes, I thought so too. I love that viewing sort of gallery idea as well. But of course, all the major work went in the center. Just goodbye, people. Thank you. So we got the Raptor Oasis. That sign took forever. Hanging down ivy. We got, I think it's 4 Microraptor habitats, but they're molded into the landscape, so you don't necessarily know. But there's one, there's another over there, and another over here. But little patches of rocks and stuff. Nice river again. So what kinds of DLCs can we expect from both Jurassic World 2 and Prehistoric Kingdom? Ooh, I'm hoping for at least some DLCs we'll get some proper aquatic and pterosaur focused DLCs. And I'm hoping we're also going to get some other places around the world to go to. With these flower beds. This is a nice touch, having just flowers growing out of the dead trunks. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to go to somewhere like Egypt or something. Just build a park in the well, I say build a park, build a reserve in the shadow of the pyramids. I think that would be really quite cool. What have we got back? Oh, look at these. These are, again, more attempts at planters. Making nice looking, whoops. Nice looking decorations. So green and lush. It's nice. You can see I got a little bored here. I just random bush and just mass repeated. But yeah, it's this is looking alright. I can't wait to get my hands on the proper alpha build of the game. Hopefully, which will be a bit more optimized and a bit nicer to build with, and have a few more dinosaurs. For now, oh god, it looks awful, doesn't it? I have to go back and I'm gonna have to rebuild these, I think, or at least the thatch idea. But at least we can say we have one nice looking entrance, one nice looking flower bed. just one. But it is 9:15 now. We've been going 2.5 hours, so I'm going to head off. Thank you everyone for joining in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And don't forget to check out the videos that we're doing. There's going to be some more gameplay of Hollow Knight. Yeah, that's one. It was Hollow Knight. So Dane did some more Hollow Knight. So I'll be editing that probably tomorrow, and that will go up on the channel in a couple of days' time. And I will be continuing my Beyond Park. I think next week I might try and do a tour video around one of the finished parks on Jurassic World Evolution 1. But for the time being, thank you everyone who did join in and watch, and take care, and I'll see you at the next stream, probably next Sunday. See you later. Bye bye.